Hello students, I'm Sai Gokul, Math faculty at Resonance Hyderabad. In today's session, we'll discuss NMTC Junior Division paper solutions of 9 and 10 grade. So, starting with question number 1, this is nothing but a very common question. So, what we're given is x power 7 plus x power 2 plus x equal to 1. So x square becomes what? 1 minus x. Now they asked us to find the value of x power 7 plus 34 by x plus 2. Now how do we solve this? It is pretty simple. Reduce x power 7 to its lowest terms. X power 7 is x into x power 6. Now x power 6 is x square whole cube, right? Now 1 minus x whole cube. We'll expand this. X into 1 minus x cube minus 3x into 1 minus x. Now this is x minus x power 4 minus 3x square into 1 minus x. Now again, x power 4 is x square whole square. Alright, now this is going to be 1 minus x whole square, so 1 plus x square minus 2x. This implies our product is x minus 1 minus x square plus 2x, alright, plus 2x minus x square is again 1 minus x, right? Now this is minus 3 into 1 minus x whole square, which is, again we have to replace x square with 1 minus x. So x power 7 plus 34 will become what? We'll get upon calculation 13x plus 26. So, divided by x plus 2, the answer is 13. Alright, now this is a pretty simple question. Going to the next question, what is the question? The angle between the hour hand and the minute hand of a clock at the time 9:32 p.m. is 9:38 p.m. Now 9:38 p.m. signifies what? This is 12, 3, 6 and 9, right? So when it is 9:38 p.m., the hour clock, if you assume this to be 10, the hour clock would be somewhere around here. Alright? Now the hour clock would be somewhere around here, and the minutes clock, so we have 360 degrees for 60 minutes. Now for 1 minute we have 6 degrees. So for 38 minutes we have 38 into 6 degrees, which is 180 plus 48. Now this is 180 degrees, so it is 48 degrees here. So this is 90 minus 48 degrees, which is 42 degrees. Now this is 42 degrees, and this part is 38 by 60 into each hour, it is 360 by 12. So this is 19 degrees. So the angle would be 19 degrees plus this 42 degrees. So the answer is 61 degrees. Now the third question, in the adjoining figure, AOB is the diameter of the circle with center O. Now we're supposed to find the angle EPD, where PC and PD are the tangents, and this angle is 30 degrees. In my knowledge of circles, this part using this we can never find the angle EPD. So this has been raised as a contention by other faculties too. So we'll skip this question. We'll come to it last. And the fourth question, obviously, again simple, goes without saying. Transpose the terms. So 4 power x plus 2 power 2x minus 1 equal to 3 power x plus 2 1 by 2 plus 3 power x minus 1 by 2. Right? Now just use the law of exponents. This is 4 power x plus half into 4 power x again equal to root over 3 into 3 power x plus 3 power x by root 3. Now this becomes root 3 into root 3 is 3, so that's 4 into 3 power x by root 3. So that is 3 by 2 into 4 power x. So this 4 comes here, 3 comes here, or else that is simply 4 by 3 power x equal to 4 by 3 power x equal to 8 by 3 root 3. 8 by 3 root 3. Now 8 by 3 root 3 can be expressed as what? 4 by 3 power 3 by 2. So x is 3 by 2. So the value of a would be 3 and value of b would be 2. So a plus b by a minus b equal to 5. Now coming to the next question. This is a pretty interesting question because most of you would tend to go for the wrong option. So the polynomial given is x cube plus ax square plus bx plus c. Now this polynomial is divisible by x square plus 1, alright, where a, b, c are picked from 1, 2, 3 and so on 12. Now coming to the interesting part, we are supposed to separate these terms, so that becomes x cube plus bx plus x square plus 1 plus ax square plus c by x square plus 1. Now observing clearly, x into x square plus 1 is x cube plus x, so b has to be 1, and for this to be reducible, a and c have to be equal. Only in that case we would be left out with a proper quotient without any remainder. So for this to happen, the value of b is 1, and what we obtained as the second condition is a equal to c. Now looking at this, many of you would think there would be 12 possibilities of a and 12 possibilities of b, so the answer is 12 square. But this is wrong, because a equal to c, when you choose a value for a, you are indirectly choosing the value for c also. Similarly, when you choose a value for c, you are indirectly choosing the value for a also. So there are only 12 possibilities. So there are only 12 number of polynomials. Now coming to the question again. X plus 2 into x plus 3 into x plus 4 into x plus 5 by x minus 2 into x minus 3 into x minus 4 into x minus 5 is 1. Now So for this to be 1, we can clearly by instinct say 0, x equal to 0 is a solution. Now, apart from that, to find the number of real solutions, what we are supposed to do is, if you observe, this is the kind of packet problems we practice. So the first term and the last term multiplication would be x square plus 7x plus 10 into x square plus 7x plus 12 by x square plus minus 7x plus 10 into x square minus 7x plus 12 equal to 1. Now, obviously, if we can see that we can consider this part as A and this part as B. Alright, now it is A into A plus 2 equal to B into B plus 2. Now if I add a 1 on both the sides, it is A plus 1 square equal to B plus 1 square. Since A, from here you get A equal to B as a solution, or A plus 1 equal to minus of B plus 1. So that's A plus B plus 2 is 0. In A equal to B, how many number of real solutions will we get? The 10 gets cancelled and x square gets cancelled, so x equal to 0 is the only thing we get from here. Whereas from here, A plus B is 2x square plus 22 is 0, and x square equal to minus 11. This is not a real solution, so this is discarded as a solution, and x equal to 0 is the only solution. So the number of real solutions would be 1. Coming to the next question, can that be written as in this format, and b square as 23b plus a? Now, if you subtract first equation from the second, b square minus a square equal to 23b minus b. So 22 into b minus a. Since b and a are not equal, we can perform the division and say b plus a equal to 22. Now we're also required to find the value of a root over a square plus b square plus 48. Now how do we obtain this? Since we have b plus 2 equal to 22, from b plus a equal to 22, we are going to substitute it here and say a square equal to 23a plus 22 minus a. So that is 22a plus 22, which gives us a minus 11. If you complete the square, we get a minus 11 whole square equal to 22 plus 11 square, and I'll take 11 in common and say this is so. Alright? Now, from here you get the value that since a equal to root over 23a plus b, a is a square root of something. So a is supposed to be positive. So a will be 11 plus root over 11 into 13. Whereas b will be 11 minus root over 11 into 13. So a square plus b square would be 2 into 11 square plus 11 into 13 plus 48. So this would be 2 into 11 into 11 plus 13 is 24 plus 48 So this is 24, 11 says 24 and 24. So 264 into 2 is 500 plus 14 into 2 is 28. 528 plus 48 is 576. So root this value is 24. We'll go for the next question. So all of the questions that we've encountered till now are pretty easy. And this question, so as we see, PA equal to PB from the properties of tangents. Now since PA equal to PB, the angle at A 72 degrees, there can be an angular bisector, and the angle A would be equal to angle B. Now since this is 72, the other two angles would be 180 minus 72 by 2, which is 54. So this angle is 54. Alright. Now that angle is 54, and since this is 72, this is also 72. Alright. If you extend the line segment AP, the tangent, this angle is also 72. And from there, what do we have? We have this part as 54 too, and angle D would be 54 plus 54 equal to 108 degrees. So this is how we've solved the question. Angle would be 108 degrees. So we have the equation root over 19 power 8 plus 19 power x by 19 power x plus 1 equal to 361 is what? 19 square. So this is 19 square. So 19 power 8 plus 19 power x by 19 power x plus 1. Alright, now from here we have 19 power 8 minus 1, 19 power 4 equal to x into 19 power 4 minus 1. Now this implies 19 power x equal to 19 power 4, so x equal to 4. Now the equation that x is a root from the following is D. Hereupon s equal to 4 square plus 2 into 5 square plus 3 into 6 square and so on plus 25 into 28 square. Now how do we go about this? This kind of looks like an AGP, but this is not actually an AGP. So we can't use the AGP solving method of multiplying it with the common ratio and then operating our methods, but instead we could observe the first term is 1 into 4 square, second term is 2 into 5 square. So the summation is sigma r is 1 to 25 r into r plus 3 whole square, right? Here on it's pretty simple, right? Now this becomes sigma r is 1 to 25 r cube plus 6r square plus 9r. Now for n natural numbers, summation 1 to n, sigma r cube is n into n plus 1 by 2 whole square. Sigma r square is n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6, and sigma n will be n into n plus 1 by 2. Now if we substitute these things in the following expression and then divided by 375. It is all a matter of calculation. So the answer would be 436. Going further, so the sequence we have is A1 is half and AN is AN minus 1 by 2n into AN minus 1 plus 1. Now what can you read from here? Since this is of the form AN, f of AN by f of g of AN, what we would do is we will take a reciprocal of the equation so that 1 by AN would become 2AN minus 1 plus 1 by AN minus 1. So this would be 1 by AN minus 1 plus 2n. Now we'll operate from here. Since 1 by AN is this, 1 by AN minus 1 would be just putting n minus 1 in the value of, in the place of n. Alright. Now 1 by AN minus 2 would be 1 by n minus 3 plus 2 into n minus 2. Alright. Now if we keep repeating the process, what will stop at is 1 by A2 equal to 1 by A1 plus 2 into 2. Right? Now if we add all of these, adding all of this, if you can observe, this part gets cancelled, this part gets cancelled. So this is a telescopic cancellation in which 1 by AN, you will get the result of 1 by AN as 2n plus 2n minus 1 plus 2n minus 2 plus and so on, plus 2 into 2 plus 1 by A1. And the value of A1 is given as half. So 1 by A1 will be 2. And that, if you take 2 in common, this is going to be an expression of 2 into 1 plus 2 plus and so on plus n, which is obviously n into n plus 1 by 2. So from here, AN will be 1 by n into n plus 1. Now sigma 1 plus sigma AI, I runs from 1 to 2024 will be, if you can observe AN plus 1, this 1 can be written as n plus 1 minus n. So this will become 1 by n minus 1 by n plus 1. So the summation would become first term of the first half of the first term will remain 1 by 1 minus second half of the last term. So 1 by 2025. So this will become 2024 by 2025. Option B. Alright. Now going to the next question. Alpha beta, where alpha greater than beta, satisfy the equation x power 1 plus log x base 10 is 10 into x. Now one simple thing we need to observe stands as this x can go cancel this part. So we would be left with right. Now you can write it as x power 1 by log 10 base x equal to 10. From here, this is what? 1 by log 10 base x equal to log 10 base x. Right? Now this is 1 by t equal to t, which is possible only when t equal to plus or minus 1. So log 10 base x equal to 1 or minus 1. So x will be 10 or 1 by 10, from which alpha equal to 10 is what we get and beta is 1 by 10. So alpha plus 1 by beta is 20. Alright, now going to the 13th question. This is a very well discussed question where if two tangents are touching all the circles in the sequence, the radii of all these circles will be in a geometric progression. So the radius of the first circle, if you assume it to be r0, this would be a into r0, and the third would be a square into r0, and the third would be a cube into r0. So the third circle has a radius of 28 centimeters. So r0 is 7 centimeters, and the third circle a square into r0 equal to 28 centimeters. Now from here we get a square is 4, so a is 2. Now based on this, the radius of the largest circle is, the largest circle in the sequence is the fourth circle, for which the radius would be a cube into r0, which is 2 cube 8 into r0 7. So this would be 56 centimeters. Got it? So now again, the coefficient of x in the equation x square plus px plus q was taken as 17. So in the equation, the value of p is the wrong value. X square plus px plus q is 0. The wrong case, p is taken as 17, which gave us the roots minus 2 and minus 15. Now if you understand the grammar in the language, the question expresses itself that only p was the thing that was wrong in the equation. So q was the right thing. Now q will be minus 2 into minus 15. So q value is found. Q value is 30. So in place of 13, now the right way where p equal to 13 and q equal to 30 is as simple as finding out the roots as minus 10 by 3 and minus 3 by 10. I mean minus 3 and minus 10. Right? The sum of the roots is minus 13 and the product of the roots is 30. So minus 3 and minus 10 are the roots. Now if alpha beta are the roots, then the equation whose roots are alpha by beta and beta by alpha. Now alpha by beta would be 3 by 10. So x minus 3 by 10 into x minus 10 by 3 is 0 is our equation. Now this follows 30x square minus 10 square plus 3 square. So 109x plus the product of the roots would be 1, so 30. So C is the right answer. Alright? Now this is the last question in our multiple choice questions. So we are given that 1 plus xy plus x plus y square is minus 1 minus xy plus x minus y whole square is ky into 1 plus x whole square. Alright, now understand the fact that these expressions can be factorized. Do not, when you see such questions, always try to understand that it can be factorized. The people who are setting the questions will not require you to showcase your strength of solving equations by bashing, but rather finding out the logic involved. So this part is 1 plus x into 1 plus y whole square minus, this is again 1 plus x into 1 minus y whole square. Now taking a 1 plus x in common, 1 plus x square into 1 plus y square whole square minus 1 minus y whole square. A plus b whole square minus a minus b whole square is 4ab. So this is 4y, from which k value is 4. So with this we end the questions from multiple choice questions. Now we are entering the second part, section B of the exam, where we have questions of subjective nature. So the question says x power 10 plus 1 is divided by x square plus 1. So from that we get this expression, and we are required to find the values of a, b, c, d, e, f, g, h in order to find the sum of all those 24 raised values of a, b, c, d, e, f, g, h. Now, yes, it is quite tiresome to perform the honors method on this. Rather, we can choose t equal to x square, which makes it t power 5 plus 1 by t plus 1, which is rather easy to perform the honors division. So this would be t power 4 minus t cube plus t square minus t plus 1. This factorization would be discussed when we discuss divisibility for powers to be odd. Now since t is replaced, we have to replace t by x square. So that becomes x power 8 minus x power 6 plus x power 4 minus x square plus 1. Now given with this expression, comparing it with the earlier given expression, the things that were sure to be found are b, d, f and h equal to 0. And the second thing is a is 1, c is minus 1, e is 1, g is minus 1 and k is 1. So sum of all these 2024 raised powers is, for here it's 0, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. So that's 5. Alright. Now again, we have an interesting question. X power 4 minus 4x cube plus ax square plus bx plus 1 equal to 0. So the question says this equation has 4 positive roots. Now 4 positive roots signify, let's call the roots p, q, r and s. Now since the roots are positive, we can apply am greater than or equal to gm, which says p plus q plus r plus s by 4 greater than or equal to 4th root p, q, r, s. And the equality only obtains where p equal to q equal to r equal to s. Now given the part, p plus q plus r plus s is the sum of the roots, so that's 4. Now 4 by 4 is on one side, and on the other side we have 4th root of PQRS is minus plus minus plus. So from Vieta's theorem, the product of roots is 1. So both of them are 1, that is they're actually equal, which implies that all the roots are equal. And since all the roots are equal, we get 4p equal to 4. So all the roots are 1. So that expression is nothing but x minus 1 power 4 is 0. So this is x power 4 minus 4x cube plus 6x square minus 4x plus 1 is 0. Now comparing with what they have given us, a would become 6 and b would become minus 2. So a plus b would be plus 2. Got it? Now again, in the adjoining figure, BOC is the diameter of the semicircle with the center at O. So this is the center, and DE is the tangent at D. So AB equal to KAE. Now K would become what? K would become AB by AE, that is AB by AE. Now that would be equal to, since AB can be written as AE plus AB, AB would become 1 plus EB by AE. Alright, now one point to note is BC is the diameter, and using Pythagoras, AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. And again, AB equal to, now AC would be equal to AD plus DC, and AB square would be equal to AE plus EB square plus BC square would be BC square. Now since, if you can observe, E is a point from which two tangents are drawn, EB and ED. So EB would be equal to ED, and substituting that here, we are going to get that AE equal to EB. So AE equal to EB, and using that part, it is very easy for us to find out the value of K would be 1 plus 1, so K is 2. So the last question also we got the answer as 2. Now coming to this question, in a triangle ABC, tan A, tan B, tan C are in the ratio 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to find out AC by AB equal to P root Q by R. Now simply, tan A, tan B, tan C are in the ratio 1, 2, 3. So tan A can be written as K, tan B as 2K, and tan C as 3K. And in a triangle, since A plus B plus C are equal to pi, sigma tan A equal to pi tan A. Now sigma tan A is K plus 2K plus 3K, which is equal to K into 2K into 3K, from which you get K equal to 0 or plus 1 or minus 1. So K equal to 0 implies one of the angles is 0, which is impossible in a triangle. So essentially K equal to 0 is not a part to be considered. K equal to 1 gives us tan A is 1, tan B is 2, and tan C is 3. So this part can be considered. K equal to minus 1 gives us tan A is minus 1, tan B is minus 2, and tan C is minus 3. So for tan to be negative, the angle must be more than 90 degrees. But in a triangle, obviously one of the angles, if it is more than 90 degrees, the other two essentially have to be less than 90 degrees. So K equal to minus 1 is a impossible thing, which implies tan A is 1, tan B is 2, and tan C is 3. And AC by AB, which will be AC will be C and AB will be B. AB, C, sorry. AC will be C, the side opposite to the angle of C can be called as C, and the one opposite to vertex B can be called B. So AC by AB will be B by C, which will be 2R sine B by 2R sine C. Now this is sine B by sine C. So sine B, from here sine B can be understood as 2 by root 5. And from here sine C can be taken as 3 by root 10. So sine B by sine C will be what? 2 root 2 by 3. Now sine B by value, this came out to be 2 root 2 by 3, comparing it to p root q by r, because q is square free. So you can't take this 2 inside and say 1 plus 8 plus 9. We have to say 2 plus 2 plus 3, 7 is the sum. 7 is the answer for this. So 19th question, the answer would be 7. Now we have question number 20. Simon was given a number and asked to divide it by 120. Now Simon was asked to divide the number by 120, and he divided by the number n by 5 gave him a remainder of 3, n by 6 gave him a remainder of 2, n by 7 also gave him a remainder of 2, which implies n minus 2 has factors of 6 and 7. So this would be 42k. So from here n equal to 42k plus 2. Now n by 5 gives a remainder 3. So n mod 5 is 3. So 42k plus 2 mod 5 is 3, which implies 40k goes out. So 2k plus 2 mod 5 is 3 mod 5. So 3 mod 5 could also be 8 mod 5. So 2k mod 5 is 6 mod 5. So k mod 5 equal to 3 mod 5. Now k equal to 5p plus 3. Substituting it back here, alright. Now substituting that back, what do we get? N minus 2 equal to 42k plus 42 into 5p plus 3. So 42 into 3 has what? A 6 is separate. So 6 plus 120 plus obviously 5 into 42, that's k tends to be some natural number. So that is a 120 multiple again. So there the mod results 0. So n equal to 8 mod 120. So this answer would be 8. Got it? Like we just took the LCM. For when the reminders are same, you can just say n minus that particular reminder has the factors of f1 and f2, and from there on we proceeded. Now going to the question 21, the greatest number that leaves the same reminder when it divides. So 30 by a is the same reminder, 53 by a is the same reminder, and 99 by a, it is the same reminder. I mean, you can just call it R. Now 30 by A, 53 by A, and 99 by A, all of them have the same remainder, which implies 99 minus 53 is what? 46 by A has a remainder of 0. 53 minus 30 by A, 23 by A has a remainder of 0. And 99 minus 30, 69 by A has a remainder of 0. So combining all these, A would be the GCD of 23, 46 and 69. So A equal to 23. The GCD would be 23 for all these three numbers, because they are 23 into 1, 2 and 3. So the GCD is 23 and the answer would be 23, 2. Coming to the next question, if f of x plus 1 is x square minus 3x plus 2, f of x plus 1 would be x minus 1 into x minus 2. Now if you call x plus 1 as t, then x becomes t minus 1, right? Now you can rewrite it as f of t equal to x is what? T minus 1. So t minus 1 and t minus 1 implies x minus 1 implies t minus 2. So x minus 2 implies t minus 3. Now the roots of f of x equal to 0 and alpha and beta. So alpha is 2 and beta is 3, or the other way around. Doesn't matter because it's the sum alpha plus alpha square plus beta square. So that's 2 square plus 3 square, which is 13. So 13 is the answer. Now the next question would ask us to find out, when you have a cylinder cut out from a cube of an edge A, see, this is cube of an edge A. Now a cylinder is cut from here. So cylinder has to, the two sides of the cylinder has to coincide with two opposite faces on the cube. So when the cylinder is cut out, the maximum volume would occur when the diameter of the face of the cylinder would be equal to the sphere side of the square. So 2r equal to a. Now r equal to a by 2. So the volume of the cylinder maximum equal to pi r square, which is a square by 4, into the maximum cylinder has the maximum length as the side. So that's pi by 4 a cube. So the remaining solid volume would be a cube minus pi by 4 a cube. So 1 minus pi by 4 is our value of k. And since they asked us to take consider pi as 22 by 7 for the calculation purposes, this is 1 minus 11 by 14. So that's 3 by 14. So p by q is 3 by 14. So p plus q is 17. All right. Now again, if the irreducible quadratic factor of 5x power 4 plus 9x cube minus 2x square minus 4x minus 8. So this is an irreducible factor. So obviously, since this is a biquadratic to the degree 4 and this is a quadratic, so there are two other roots, two other factors which are linear, and they combine to give a quadratic. So if we can just for a minute think about that, substituting x equal to 1, would it take us somewhere? 5 plus 9 minus 2, so that's 12 minus 4, 8 minus 8, 0. So 1 is the root of the equation, so x minus 1 is a factor. Again, x equal to 2, 5 into 2 power 4 is 5 into 16, which is 80. So 80 plus 72, 80 plus 72 minus 2x square, which would be minus 2 into 4, which is minus 8, minus 8 minus 8. So this is not 0, but x equal to minus 1, 5 into 1 minus 9 minus 2 plus 4 minus 8, 0. So we will the biquadratic in x. So when we do this, we get an irreducible expression as 5x square plus 4x plus 4. Now they asked us to find a square plus b square minus c square. So that's 25 plus 16 minus 16, which is 25. Now in this adjoining figure POQ is the diameter of the semicircle with center O. Now OABC is a square whose area is 36. So if this area is 36, a square equal to 36, so a equal to 6, and if this part is 6, OB will be what? OB equal to, OB is obviously the diameter, so that's 6 root 2, and OB is also the radius. So OB is the radius, which is 6 root 2. So OQ is 6 root 2. OC is 6. So QC would be Pythagoras. So that's 6 root 3. Now OB is 6, since QC is 6 root 3. If we take theta, cos theta would be what? Cos theta would be OC by CQ, which is root 2 by root 3, which is also so that part would become what? You will have QD here, and this is obviously 8 root 3. No. So you've got 6 root 3, so this becomes what? 6 into root 2 minus 1, this part becomes so that's 6 root 2 and at 2 root 2. So this becomes 8 root 2. So QD will become 8 root 3. Now if QD is x centimeters, then x root 3 is 8 root 3 into root 3. So that's 24. Okay? So the value is 24. Now we're given a equal to root 2024, b equal to root 2025, and there's a huge expression in terms of a and b. So f of a and b, if I call it, f of a and b is 2 root ab into 1 by a plus b into square root of 1 plus 1 by 4 into just normalizing the fraction, that would become a minus b by root ab. So the square would become a minus b square by ab. Now 4ab plus a minus b square is a plus b square. So this whole fraction, it becomes a plus b by 2 root ab. Now a plus b gets cancelled, 2 root ab gets cancelled. So the final resulting expression is 1. The numbers root 2024 and root 2025, they're just given so as to ensure that you are enough confused in the exam as to what the procedure would be. So these are the pitfalls that people expect you to fall in. Now in a decreasing geometric progression, the second term is 6. So for sake of convenience, we can take the terms as a and ar square and ar cube and so on. Now the second term is 6 implies ar is 6. And the sum of all infinite terms of the progression. So the sum of an infinite GP is what? A by 1 minus r. Because infinite GP, when the common ratio is less than 1, obviously this is the formula. A by 1 minus r is our formula. And the sum of all the infinite terms of the progression is 1/8 of the sum to infinity of all the squares of the terms. Since all the terms are squared, this becomes a square, and this becomes a square r square, and this becomes a square r power 4. So the first term is a square, and the common ratio became r square. Now a gets cancelled, and since on this part you have 1 minus r, and here you have 1 minus r square, this is simply 1 plus r. So a becomes 8 into 1 plus r. And if apart from that, you have yes, a can be replaced as 6 by r, right? Now 6 by r equal to 8 into 1 plus r. So 6 by 8 equal to 3 by 4 equal to 1 r plus r square. Now completing the square, this is 1 plus r plus half square. When I do that, this becomes 1 on the other side. So r plus half square is either 1 or minus 1. And since this is a decreasing GP, modulus r should be less than 1. So when r equal to minus 3 by 2, obviously the mod r is greater than 1. So r equal to 1 by 2 is our only hope. So now from that, ar equal to 6, which shows a equal to 12. So this is 12, 6, 3 by 2, and again it becomes, sorry, 6 by 2 it becomes, so that's 3, and this is 3 by 2. Now sum of first and fourth terms is 12 plus 3 by 2. So that is simply 27 by 2. Now greatest integer function of 27 by 2 is simply greatest integer function of 13.5. So the answer would be 13. Coming to the next question, 28, the value of root 10 by 10 is obviously 1 by root 10, right? Now this can be written as 10 power minus 1 by 2. Now 10 power minus 1 by 2 into this entire thing, log a minus log b is log a by b. So that's log 9 by 100. Log 9 by 100 base 10. So this becomes, if this comes here, So the result would become 9 by 100 power minus 1 by 2. So that's 100 by 9 power 1 by 2, which is 10 by 3. So A by B, so A minus B equals to 10 minus 3, which is 7. Alright? Now here again we have a question. ABCD is a square, B is the tangent to the semicircle on AD as diameter. So this part is diameter, so this is 2r. So this part is 2r. And the area of triangle BCE is 216. So to get the sides BCE, this obviously the side of the square is 2r. So ED equal to, if you assume a point P here, ED can be written as x. So EP also becomes x. Now if EP is equal to x, one thing I would like to do is, if I assume B as a point from which two tangents are drawn, BA is the length of one particular tangent segment, so BP is the length of other tangent segment, so this is 2r, so this is also 2r. And observe, since this is x, this part is 2r minus x. And this is 2r. If you substitute all the values of 2r with A, right, using Pythagoras, 2r plus x whole square equal to 2r minus x whole square plus this is 2r. Now 2r can be replaced with x, so x plus a whole square minus x minus a whole square, 4ax equal to a square. Now x equal to a by 4. So this would become 3a by 4, and that would become a into half equal to 216. Now this is 72. So a square is 8 into 72. So 8 into 9. So this is 3 squares. So a is 8 into 3. So a is 24. Now the radius of the semicircle would be 2r. So a is 2r, which is 24. So r equal to 12. The radius of the semicircle is 12 centimeters. So here comes our last question in the entire exam paper. So A, B, C, D are real constants in fx, and fx, we have a concept called odd functions. Now odd functions are those functions for which f of minus x is minus f of x. Now since f of minus 4 is 18, this implies, since all the odd powers have, all the x have odd powers, so when you substitute minus 4 here, minus 1 comes aside. So that becomes minus 1 into a into 4 power 2025 plus and so on, which shows that this is minus f of 4. Now f of minus 4 is equal to f minus f of 4, which is 18. So f of 4 equal to minus 18. So modulus of f of 4 is 18 plus mod 2 cos x. So cos x maximum mod cos x maximum value is 1. So this part will become 20. So with this, we end the question paper. we end solving the question paper. We have solved all the 30 questions, in which the third question is a bonus according to me. So with that, we end the question paper. And since the question paper had interesting questions, both easy questions and there were difficult questions also. But yes, since the paper is done, cheers to all of you. Thank you.